students, welcome back to another exciting day of JA Finance Park programming. Today we are talking a little bit about taxes and your income. This is part of the income unit, actually lesson 3, and I've got a friend with us this morning from one of our local companies to discuss some of the types of taxes that you are going to experience as an adult or even as a teenager if you've got a job that gives you a paycheck. So would you go ahead and introduce yourself for us today?
Good morning. Hi, my name is Matt Sieverding, and I am the Director of Sales Support for a financial services company in the area. And we specialize in helping people with their retirement, spend down plans, and a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today. So I'm excited to be here and hopefully give you guys some useful information.
So Matt, we want the students to know about the types of taxes that they're going to experience that are taken out of their paycheck or that they might have to pay separately. So what are the 3 main types of taxes that you've encountered?
Yes, that's a great question. Some of the real common taxes that most people have involved in their lives are A, income taxes. That's a big one for everybody. And then B, there's property taxes. So if you own a home or a business, you're going to pay some property taxes. And then additionally, when you spend your income, you're going to have some sales tax that you're going to have to address as well.
But what do each of those things go toward? We know that taxes are collected by the government for use, really kind of for the greater good, but they do have different categories of how they are spent. So what does income tax generally go to support?
Sure, great question. Income tax, especially at the federal level, that's the one where everyone has to pay into the federal government. That's what goes to support our big countrywide programs, such as defense, Veterans Affairs, just general running of the government, and other big expenditures that we partake in.
Okay, so for property taxes, what types of things more at the local level? You know, if you live in Nashville or Murfreesboro or Dixon or Clarksville, you know, our 22 counties that our area supports. So what are these students' parents paying to support with their property taxes if they own a home?
Yeah, another great question, and that's why property taxes are levied, though, like you mentioned, they really are used locally. So for public schools, for localized programs, that's why it's real important to look at your property taxes where you're going and compare it to the services that you're getting and make sure that it's an adequate trade-off.
Yeah, I know for me, we live in an unincorporated part of the county, so our property taxes are a little bit lower, but we don't have certain services like local fire and police. Instead, we rely on the county taxes, which we do pay, but we don't have town taxes. So that would be another example there. Okay, and then our last category is sales tax. Now, in the state of Tennessee, we actually don't have a state income tax, but we do have what some would consider a higher sales tax, and so that is how the state funds programs that would otherwise be part of the state income tax. So what are the types of things that here in Tennessee the sales tax will go to support?
So the sales tax is what you're going to see used for, as mentioned, all the statewide programs. So roads and parks and recreational centers and things that benefit the entire population of the state of Tennessee. That's where you're going to see a lot of the sales tax things go to.
All right, so let's think about some personal examples of this. So Matt, in your own life, which of these types of taxes, income, property, and sales, have you actually experienced? And how have they influenced some of your choices? Maybe your choice on where to live, what to buy, things of that nature.
That's a great question. Honestly, that was a lot of the factors that went into my wife and I's decision to move to Tennessee. We were looking for job opportunities, and we do have some friends down here, so we realized the job opportunities are good. But not only that, the state of Tennessee, as you mentioned, does not have a state income tax. So even if you're making the same money, moving from a state that has state income tax to one that doesn't can be money in your pocket. Additionally, you're right, the state of Tennessee does have a somewhat higher sales tax, but other states have both state income tax and sales tax. And when you consider that, one thing I learned as a financial advisor that was really important is you can't always control what you make. You know, you can have a really good year or get a big bonus or complete complete a big project for your company and earn a little extra, but you can't control what you spend. So that's why I favor sales taxes, for me anyway, versus income taxes, because my wife and I can decide how we spend our money, but if we make a lot of extra money, having a state income tax can be detrimental to your overall financial picture. So all of those taxes came into play when we were deciding where we wanted to relocate our family.
Students, thanks for joining us again today. As you move on with this particular unit on income and exploring careers and thinking about how you want to use your money later on and where you want to be able to save or spend it, hopefully this has been helpful for you as you think about the ways that you can contribute financially to a lot of services in your local, state, and even federal areas, but also use that money wisely, make the best decisions for you and your family.